Well, hello and welcome to the most generic podcast on the internet. Holy crap, I forgot the name of the title of the show and everything. It's the Points of Interest Podcast, the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks, the forgetful Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez. At least I remembered your name.
Hello, and I know, right? Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that. And a hearty hello and welcome to Obscure Sine 44 as our latest follow.
You beat me to it.
Thank you so much.
You beat me to it. Yes, thank you. I hope you're here for our fun. Hopefully the internet cooperates again this week.
Maybe. But I need to know, like, out of curiosity, did you X about our show?
I was gonna.
Did you sound
I thought.
I
thought. I thought maybe before we jumped into it, we would have something else to talk about. But since you didn't get a chance for that, no, I didn't X about this show.
I'll X something out real quick.
I didn't.
I want people to know we're live.
I didn't Zeet about this show. I didn't post an X video. Wait. Yeah. Big news for everybody out there that isn't aware. Twitter is now Twitter is now X. And I don't understand.
Well, let's just make. Well, I did some research.
Well, I mean, I did a little bit as well. But okay, when I say research, it means I watched or looked at a bunch of Zeets tweets. They were tweets at the time, but they're whatever the hell they are now. X's, Zeets. But basically, and I didn't realize it. Elon's got a thing for the letter X.
That's it.
There was XCOM, the bank, I guess, back in the day, like an internet banking thing. I didn't even think about it. SpaceX. Apparently, he's got a kid named X.
Hello, Ginger. He has a kid named X. Well, yeah, it's like X and a bunch of letters and numbers.
Sure.
Like it's a really complex, yeah.
Sure, but yeah,
he wanted to name PayPal X.
Really?
Unprofessional.
Well, I mean, is it? Yep, it is unprofessional because it has nothing to do with this. Well, I was thinking, maybe it would have something to do with this. It didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, it's I don't. My phone, the phone app has not updated to just having an X on my phone.
Yeah.
The internet tab definitely has changed to just an X, which keeps screwing me up every time I look up and see that. And of course, the interface looks basically the same.
It is the same.
Pretty sure it's got the same color scheme. It just has an X up in the corner instead of a bird.
Yes, even though I want to say that I guess at some point they'll change everything. X.com will be the URL for Twitter. Which, great, I guess. I mean, whatever.
Sorry, I'm trying to. I have a singing roommate in the hallway, belting out an '80s tune right now.
Ooh, what song?
I don't know. I can't. I can hear enough of it in my headphones, so I know it's going out to the world. So I'm trying to mute it and stuff.
Balloons. Can't do it the German version though.
No. But yeah, I don't understand it. People are saying, since he bought it, people have been leaving in drones. Is that how you say that? But now it's like, why are we even here? Droves. Yeah, droves. But why are we even here? And I'm like, no, I'm sticking around until it's ashes. I'll be here till the end. That's the kind of
So-
sadist. That's the kind of sadist I am.
It's a little bit. I don't actually think. I understand where you're coming from, Ginger, saying that Elon is not savvy, and I understand where you're coming from, listeners mate, by sticking to Threads. Unfortunately, Threads is meta, which means that it's going to be terrible, no matter what. Sorry, listeners mate, but it's Zuckerberg. I just don't trust him as much as I don't trust Musk. But I'm already here, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So like, why complicate things? I don't actually think that Twitter is going to die per se. I actually think it's going to just. I think as the average person will be like, oh, whatever.
Right.
I mean, we went through we went through changes on so many different apps that I don't know how much we care anymore. Right? Like, especially since there's no definitive place for us to go to. Right?
Well,
Blue Sky is still invite only.
Okay,
Did
so
you get your Blue Sky invite?
I just heard about it. Like, what time is it? Heard about 5 hours ago.
Oh,
So no.
okay.
Apparently, the guy
And-
that built
yeah.
Twitter has a thing called Blue Sky.
Jack Dorsey, yeah, he made a Twitter clone in the form of Blue Sky, and that's supposed to be like his version of Twitter. Threads will, and again, sorry, listeners, mate, I know you like Threads, but the reason why Threads isn't going to succeed is because it is not censored in the way you think it is. They don't allow porn, which makes Twitter more appealing for a certain type of audience. So therefore, they're going to stick to Twitter, because Threads doesn't allow like nudity and things like that.
You know, which brings
And
us to
then-
this week's sponsor, Francis.
Is it Manscaped?
Gov VPN. No, go on.
Is it Brazzers? What is it?
Fleshlight. No, go on. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there you go. Yeah.
You were saying.
So-
I'm sorry. I
don't
had to.
know.
I had to.
No, I mean I get it. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, I bet Threads is way better. I'm certain Threads is fantastic. I'm sure Blue Sky is supposedly. I mean, I don't have access to Blue Sky. I never got an invite, but apparently Blue Sky is like Twitter. So Ginger, I don't know. But the thing is, there isn't, unlike Facebook, which is why MySpace died, or like MySpace is why Friendster died. There's nothing out there where everyone agrees, oh, this is the place we have to go now, right?
No, I just deleted
people-
Hive because as I was like, what is killing battery on my phone and space on my phone? And
I don't know, what is Hive?
Hive was supposed to be the Twitter killer, and it never was. You know how I know
the Twitter
never,
killer?
You know how I know it never was a Twitter killer? When I logged back in, I opened the app, and everybody that I followed on there, who are pretty active on the other social media platforms, hadn't hived, posted, in 6 months.
Yeah.
Everybody
I
that I
mean,
followed on there. So I just was like, all right, done, delete.
I used to be part of something called Diaspora, which was like this was years ago, but that was supposed to be like the Twitter, Facebook killer, like as of like 7 or 8 years ago. Nothing ever came from that. Google Plus never turned into anything.
We tried to even make it a thing when it was a thing. Like we as the POI, we were a network then. We had a handful of shows that were all fell under the name, but even on there, like the lower third was really cool. Now everybody has kind of adopted that, and that was that was kind of the big feature at the time, as well as just having it already. If you had a Google account, you already had it. So it wasn't a big deal. But what's going on? What do we? Oh,
True. And No, I'll answer Ginger in a second. But you're right. Yeah, like Super Geeked Up originally, if you recall, that was how they went live. Super Geeked Up went live on Google Plus for before we
Mm-hmm.
like started kind of being guests on there. That was like forever, ago that was their thing, and that never, And look, this is why I'm like, yeah, Threaded is great. Blue Sky is great. Mastodon is probably fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of these other platforms are probably great. The only problem is that the grand everyone didn't say this is where we want to go, right? Just like with Instagram, just like with TikTok, because there's other TikTok clones, there's other Insta clones, but everyone goes to Instagram, everyone goes to TikTok, you know.
Everybody
So,
goes to
but
Google.
nobody's like, everyone goes to Google still to search.
When's the last
There's
time you
other
went to
search
fucking
engines
Yahoo to search something?
or Bing, which is Yahoo still.
When's the last
Bing.
time you asked
But Bing-
Jeeves anything?
I ask Jeeves all the time, and thanks, listeners, made for that. But you're right, Ginger. Okay, sure. Look, again, I'm not praising Elon Musk for any of his decisions. I mean, but I also don't think, yes, the copyright thing is funny, because I want to say Meta owns the copyright for X, which is so dumb. I hate that you can copyright a single letter, but fine. Apparently, McDonald's copyright wrote M, so they own the letter M as like a thing.
God. Okay.
So, yeah. But, he didn't copyright it. Microsoft owns the gaming rights to X, and Facebook Meta owns the social media aspect for X. But I don't know how much that's going to even matter, in all honesty. I don't actually think it's going to matter, really.
Well,
Because Elon Musk wants to turn this into WeChat. He wants to make Twitter the new WeChat. So,
oh, well,
if you know what WeChat is, do you know what WeChat is?
I'm pretending like I do, but I don't. No.
WeChat is China's big social media thing, where it's like a messaging thing, and it's how you pay for stuff. It's all your finances go through WeChat in China, like everything just goes through that. And he's trying video, audio, you name it, it goes through WeChat. He's trying to turn X/Twitter into that thing. But
Well, while we were talking, Francis, I was handed this important piece of paper that I am holding in my hand from an outside source.
Will you put it to your forehead? Before you open it, will you put it to your forehead and tell me
It's just
what
a
it
piece of paper. It's not an envelope. I don't have that cool hat. And I've never been able to do a good Johnny Carson. So.
I don't even know. What was he called? The Great...
Oh,
crap, I can't remember what
Jesus.
his name. He had a name. Yeah. He had a name.
Okay,
well, anyway, so what is in your piece
we've reached the too far in the depths of Johnny Carson trivia for me to recall that one. I was too young to even be watching that show, I think.
Thank you, Ginger. Karnak.
Yeah. But the important information that I was handed, I'll do the thing again, Francis. It's just for you. There you go. All employees of X, Twitter, whatever, X,
I'll give it to you.
have all been told to start adopting X-Men character names and costumes.
You're joking.
Yes.
That's a joke.
Yes.
Oh.
Because who would hand me this piece of paper?
Oh.
I was gonna try
and
try and make it look like it just kind of came on the screen, and I was like, "Oh wait, what is this?" But
that would have been so funny.
Well, it doesn't work with
It's
the blur.
yes.
It doesn't work with the blur. Yeah, all the audio. Oh shit. Okay, all the audio people are like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Well, you're missing out, and you should be here live with us.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays.
I don't know.
We can
I don't
zeet
know,
about
man.
it and everything.
Is it Zeet?
I don't know.
Did we figure out what it's called?
No, I don't know. But when we post a video, is it going to be an
Okay.
X? Is it going to be an X video?
I mean, that is my favorite joke about Hey, I know where all the Twitter videos are now. You know, this cool website called xvideo.com. You should go check it out. Like, oh god, someone's gonna fall for that. I know someone's gonna
Somebody,
fall for it.
yeah,
And
somebody will.
where, yeah,
Slash, aka
but
the other guy.
yeah. Oh my god. But anyway, I don't know. It's like I
Oh
said,
man.
it's silly. I don't know. I'm not. Again, I don't know. How concerned are you personally over the transformation of X, and do you believe that X is going to affect Twitter that badly, as Ginger and both Ginger and listeners made both believe that Twitter's headed towards the grave as a result
Well,
of the
X gonna give it to you.
rebranding.
Uh,
I love that guy.
uh, I don't. I already said it, man. I'm. Plus, I'm Gen X. Like, I don't give a fuck about what social media is on. What social media platform is on the rise, killing it, on fire, or about to die. I don't give a shit. You know, because how long have we been on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck? Like
At
10
least 10 years.
plus 10 plus years, and we ain't famous yet from
Yeah.
that.
Well, okay, but it's not. You know,
I
we
know,
didn't
but
join Twitter to be famous. We joined Twitter
no,
to connect. You know.
yeah, but and look at the people that this wouldn't even be happening right now had it not been for Twitter. You know, um,
Hmm.
I joined Twitter in 2009 to interact with other Formula One people because at the beginning of that season, it was like televised at a decent hour. It was still late as shit, but decent enough that I was up, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is fun to watch! It is on TV live, and I can interact with people on the internet. This is great." I found one of the very first podcasts I ever listened to from Twitter. You're sitting, I got to touch you on the arm one time and hug you. It was from
That's right. When we
Twitter.
first met,
Other
yeah.
people, whether it be Jason or the guys from Jimmy. Jimmy's coming back. Hey, there's something we could talk about that in a little bit. But like the whole Philly crew, our Detroit crew, all of that is all from Twitter.
Twitter.
So, like, I'll be there. I'll be there to the end of it. Much like a lot of the
I get it.
places,
I mean,
much like a lot of the places I've worked at, I've been the last employee there as the places being sold, burnt down, torn,
birds of the ground.
whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. I'll take all the free shit you're gonna give away. So we'll see. Like I said, I honestly I don't give a shit because if it dies, something else will take its place, and maybe I'll join that. Maybe I
Yeah.
won't.
I mean, technically, we were late to Twitter. Twitter was around in like 2006, and so it was a few years in
Mm-hmm.
before we joined. And
Still within the
apparently, I
top
learned.
3% though,
Oh yeah,
which is
oh,
weird.
totally.
Being
Yeah.
being that late to the game, still being within the top 5% of people that were using it. That's still not using it, but in the top 5% of people joining it.
Yeah, and I didn't I don't remember what my original username was because it was not AKA the other guy. That was not my original Twitter name. I forgot what it was originally, but yeah, and it's kind of apropos because Twitter, I had learned, was meant for podcasting originally. It was a podcasting platform originally before it became microblogging. So I get it. But yes, I agree with Ginger. You're right. Just like Max is probably a name that's. I mean, I think eventually Max will become what we call HBO, right? Because it's just how language works. Like if you use a name
Right.
enough, it will replace the original name. But like it'll always. You're right. Well, for many of us, it's always going to be HBO. Just like I'm trying to think of words now that like have changed over time, and we've just called it that thing,
Well,
right?
I don't know. I don't know if this is the same thing, but like apparently, like in the Atlanta area,
Hmm.
everything's a Coke. Like
Yeah, well,
what
yeah,
flavor? What flavor
right.
Coke do you want? I want a Sprite. You know, like what kind of Coke do you
Well,
want?
I,
Dr Pepper. You know, but that's it. That just is that an idiom?
I guess so. Just like pop. Like I didn't know pop was a
Soda,
thing
soda, and pop.
until I
Yeah.
was in
Again,
my
I think that
20s. Yeah,
depends on where you came from.
yeah. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, it'll be, I think Twitter is like FedExing, it's like Xeroxing. It's a
Kleenex,
title that became a term. Yeah,
Q-tip.
Kleenex. So no matter what this system is called, whether it's X or, flubberblurble, whatever Elon
Mm,
decides to
let's
name it
launch
in the
that.
future.
How do you spell
Yeah. Flubberblurble.
that? I mean, you're guaranteed to no one ever gonna say it right. And think
No,
about like
no.
it's on. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know what a credible national news, you know,
That
source
doesn't
is
exist
anymore.
anymore,
Okay,
Josh.
okay. It's on fucking CNN.
That,
I don't
that,
know.
yeah, yeah.
That's probably even not even a good source. It's on C-SPAN.
Well,
It's on C-SPAN, and
oh yeah, it's their it preempted a congressional hearing. So
yeah,
C-SPAN, because C-SPAN is just like live congressional hearings. It's just like
it's the only thing I
very
could think of that
content.
was just like, well, that's just CCTV.
It's just on a camera somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I think Twitter will continue to live on, just because we have to complain about our other social media somewhere, and so we're going to complain about it on Twitter. We're going to have to complain about Twitter somewhere. It's probably going to be on Twitter.
I mean, so far it has.
you know, so far it has. We just haven't gone. I mean, people are joking like, oh, X, whatever, but like, people are there still. Like, people
Hmm.
haven't. One person is like, I'm out of here. I'm never coming back. I'm like, okay, where are you gonna go? And they're
Hmm.
like, nowhere, because nowhere exists right now. So I'm just not gonna be on social media. It's like, well, okay, well that's the answer then. You're either on the platform or you're nowhere.
Right.
But let's see. Uh, oh, what did it say? Oh, now I can't. Oh,
What?
it got filtered. Hold on, let me see what it says.
Oh, I want to
It's
launch a
it's
website
asterisk.
about Francis and call it asterisk.
I don't know what it said. I don't know what it said.
Yeah, me either.
Now I gotta look. I don't know how to fix that.
Neither do I.
Am
Maybe
I,
he just wrote
I'm a
asterisks.
mod. No, no. It's hiding a website. It's like
Oh,
because you have it. I think Twitch automatically hide links
oh
and stuff
yeah.
like
I mean,
that.
that makes sense.
So,
That makes sense.
oh well, look, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, because I say well, look a lot on Super Geeked Up.
Ah, inside baseball.
Yeah, I don't know, but there you go. So, is it what? I don't know what will happen. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with it all. Like I always say here, we're not here to figure anything out. We're just here to talk about shit.
We're just here to make fun of X.
I mean, that's what
And
we do good
again,
is make fun and take shots and rib and occasionally do a hot take every once in a while. Like um, sausage in macaroni and cheese is disgusting.
yeah.
Like a kielbasa sausage in macaroni and
And we
cheese.
get to do our don't give it to you jokes.
I'm sorry,
Oh
what?
yeah.
Discord shit all
That
over
sounds like a
itself.
charcuterie board.
A charcut.
That's okay. I just
Why were those so
you
popular
don't.
for like 3 months?
No, a friend of mine had a party the other day, and she gave all of her friends. She had like a charcuterie board like spread for her friends to eat. Like that was the meal. No snacks. It was just cheese, meat, and crackers and
Mm,
fruit.
just like
It's like here we
just
go.
just the thing. Give everybody a shit ton of gas. That's awesome.
What?
Just meat,
True. That's
cheese,
true.
and fruit. Come on. This is going to produce. That's just producing gas. Did it mess up the
No, let's just
Discord
make it
server
fine.
after joining it?
Thank you for joining.
I mean, I don't think so. Francis is on the Discord, and it seems to be just fine. That's how we're actually communicating these days, is through the Discord.
Yes.
So
The _Discord.
yes. Yeah. So I got all my jokes that I had about X.
I was gonna say, are there any more like? Other
I
than
mean, the X
it's a horrible-
videos, and the X-Men personalities and costumes is like all I could come up with.
That's good.
The X videos wasn't even mine. Like I thought, oh, that might be funny, and then I saw that somebody already had X'd it, tweeted it, Z'd it, whatever the fuck. Like, oh,
Yeah,
that's still funny.
I'm still getting a lot of there's still a lot of people on here still.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm scrolling through it, and like still a lot. So I don't know yet, but look again, Exhibit. That's all I care about.
Because he's going to give it to you.
Exhibit. Yeah. Oh, and everyone says that the X looks porny. Like the X, the font for the X looks like a porn website. Which,
I mean, isn't that what Twitter kind of is?
like, maybe I still don't get as much. Most of my tweets are very, very PG-13. Like I very rarely get anything other than that one bare knuckle boxer flashing camera. Like that's the most I ever get. That's kind of racy on there, and that was just because it made international news.
Sure.
So that's it.
I have nothing to say, I guess.
Except
I need gov.vpn.
I've been researching VPNs because I don't know, I might get a VPN at some point. I will admit though, y'all gotta relax on the hashtags. I'll look at a hashtag that's super innocent, like hashtag, I don't know, charcuterie board. And then it'll just be like a penis on a charcuterie board.
I knew
Like,
you were going to say that.
You didn't have to do that.
I knew as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, fuck, just dick on a board, just there. Maybe it was some cheese. Wait, no, you don't want that there.
Well, I just can't. It just amazes me that the unsolicited dick pic has evolved to be like, we're just gonna sneak them into weird hashtags so that random people will see it. Like, we don't care. We're just, hashtag Sprite. Oh, really? Here it is against the Sprite bottle. Like, there you go. Enjoy. It's like, come on, man.
It's like the Goofy mirror at the circus. Check it out.
But essentially, like, it's just like, come on. Not everything needs your penis. That's all I'm saying. Not everything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
They all fucked up and they put phones in our pockets, man. They all fucked up because we found holes in our pockets and we started taking pictures of the things that were in the hole in the pot. Well, never mind.
No comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only problem listeners made, is that VPN slowed the internet down. That's the reason why, like, doing a ton of research, because I'm like, I don't know. I should probably get a VPN. But
well, that brings us into the next new sponsor, Francis, is, this, I don't know.
Nord or Express?
No, I was trying to think of some, like, fast
Both.
internet ISP thing. Like, what's the fastest? Fiber? Fiber's probably the fastest.
Fiber? Yeah, fiber optics is the fastest.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yet they stopped.
I couldn't think of a fiber company.
Google has their own fiber company.
Oh, well.
Google was getting free fiber for a while. They were like, you get fiber, you get fiber, you get fiber. And then everyone had normal bowel movements and people were happy.
I mean, I know I usually am after a good bowel movement.
Nice poo.
Oh
my God.
Speaking
hour.
since
Yeah.
we're talking about internet stuff, are you aware
Yes.
of Fubo TV?
It's funny you should mention that our mutual friend Jeff Burns was talking about getting Fubo because they wanted to watch the Women's World Cup soccer.
Oh, what's his face? Ryan Reynolds. He has a channel on
Jeez.
there called Maximum Effort, and
Oh, is that? Oh no, that's MX.
no, that's just
No,
I
oh,
think Maximum Effort. That's like I think it says that in Deadpool.
oh, sure.
But Ryan Reynolds is quickly becoming my favorite Ryan that's out there. I can't think of other.
Versus Ryan Gosling,
Right.
Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah, when you think
Ryan,
of the great Ryans of Hollywood, you know, you get the Gosling, you get the guy you just said.
Ryan Phillippe, Ryan, um, Jerry Ryan.
No, that doesn't work.
No.
You can't go flipping the fucking name around. Well, Mike just did something weird. Um, uh, no, but so he has. That joke went nowhere. I should have practiced that. But apparently Ryan Reynolds is a huge Alf fan, which he's already awesome. So now he's becoming even more awesome, and
Okay.
has hired Paul Fusco to do commercials on the Maximum Effort channel for brands such as Ring, Hims, a couple others. I can't recall. But they're just little shorts of Alf and some person, and they have little interactions, and it looks like it's a new or at least refurbished Alf doll, and it's Paul Fusco doing the voice. And it's all new stuff. I actually retweeted all the commercials that they were doing last night on the, or I re-zeeted, re-exed. See, this is becoming confusing.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What
I retweeted all the commercials that they did, so you get to see them all. And they're also going to air Alf, I guess, on that channel. So it's just another place that you can watch Alf, I guess.
I have it queued up because so Ryan Reynolds posted it on his YouTube page. It's a 3 minute and 40-second ad for Maximum Effort channel. So I'm assuming it's all the ads back to back to back.
I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, because that's at least the video that I reposted was just back to back ads.
And it looks like it's Alpha HD, which I've never seen before.
Yeah,
I've only seen him in grainy 80s television. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
it's kind of odd looking at it because I never realized like how, at least on appearance wise, how like molded and stiff the upper part of his face actually is. You'll see it when you watch the videos. Just how different colored it is from the rest of his body. And I'm sure it's just something I never noticed before because of the lower quality video that it was shot on.
Thank you, CRT.
Yeah, exactly. But man, do I love Alf. Listener's Mate is saying I have all 4 seasons of Alf on DVD. I don't need to stream it anywhere. I too, my friend, have Alf. I have the complete series on DVD, and I will still, if I can't find something to watch on TV, if I can't find something to watch on Prime, if I can't find something to watch on YouTube, or I think Pluto, I'll put it on Alf, and you can watch him on all of those services.
So it's playing in, muted in my, on my screen here.
Mm-hmm.
He looks great. Alf looks amazing.
When you hear it,
HD.
when you hear it, I mean, you can definitely tell it's not 1986, you know, but the voice, the character, the personality is all there.
Ah, I'm glad to hear that. Because again, like, he looks great.
Listener's Mate also says he has Project Alf on DVD as well. I don't know if my set includes Project Alf, although I have seen it, and it's terrible.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, the last episode of Alf, one of his buddies from Malmac show up to pick him up, and the bright light that casts over Alf is there for a moment, and then the army shows up, surrounds Alf, and that was the cliffhanger from 5, which should have gone into 6, and the show got canceled. And a couple years later, they did Project Alf, which was supposed to be right after a continuation of what happened to the first series, and it was just like the military doing tests on Alf, and it was just Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen was on Project Alf.
Wow.
I don't know how you say that.
Sure.
But yeah, terrible series. I mean, I'll watch it because it's Alf, but
Yeah.
damn, it sucks.
You can't. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
The guy
Well,
who
look,
plays Paris.
the guy who plays Paris, and he was also in the guy who plays Paris was in like a bunch of bad movies. He was in Masters of the Universe. He was like
There you go.
one of the, he's like one of the characters in that. So he just picked like what's the most 80s kind of badly aging show or movie can I be on? Okay, I'll pick Project Alf, and I'll pick Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren.
I mean,
So
a great
happens.
movie. It's a great movie. For the time, for when
It
it
has
came.
Courtney Cox in it.
It does
Yeah.
have Courtney, which doesn't make any sense in it, but, she's in it. What is she supposed to be, like Tila or something? Or Tila was in it.
No. She was just a human. So Tila was in it, and Man at Arms was in it, and Evil Lynn, and Skeletor. And then they go to like the first half. They're in Eternia, and then they make it to Earth in the second half for whatever reason. And so that's when they meet Courtney Cox and Commander Paris and a couple other Earthlings.
To carry the story
Yeah.
along.
Well, I think they just ran out of things. Like they just didn't know how to keep the story going. They're like, I don't know. And then at the end of the movie, after the credits, when you see Skeletor fall into that pit of lava or whatever, he just crawls back up and says, "I'm still alive," or whatever he says, and then like, oh, okay. Whatever. That's fine.
Whatever. But really, like, one of the movies with the first, like, after credit scene sort of thing.
It was, yeah. No, then you're not wrong. Ferris Bueller, I would think, is like
Another good
the
one.
movie that started it all. Yeah.
Well, that was kind of during the credits.
No, at the very end, he's like, "What are you still doing here? The
Oh, that's
movie's
true.
over. Go home."
That's true. That is true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of works. Probably won't be seeing much in the way of new movies anytime soon. Well, I mean, guess movies will still be coming out, but nothing's getting shot. We talked
Why?
about
Is there a strike.
what? No, we talked a little bit about it last week. And a question that you brought up last week that I wrote down, or maybe we both talked about it, but what is the immediate effect to TV?
Mm-hmm.
And the immediate effect is nothing because everything's already been shot. That's what we're watching right now. Every new episode didn't just happen unless it's South Park. Like the new episode of Criminal Minds, they didn't just shoot it hours ago. That shit was shot a year ago, probably 6 months ago. But like this winter, there ain't gonna be nothing. Like spring.
824. You know what 824 is?
It is 8:25, 6, What do you?
A24 is like a production company. They make movies. They made like
Oh, A20
really like
A24, right? A20 A24.
A24. Yeah,
Yeah.
A24. I don't know what they go by. I think it's
Yeah,
A24.
I heard about
They
them
made a
yesterday.
deal with yeah. So they made a deal. So they're making movies again. So they're back to producing movies because they made a deal that are like, yeah, we'll give you the money for streamings and all that stuff. Um, General Hospital, a soap opera that somehow survived a million decades, has hired what the industry are calling scabs, but they are because they're working and not doing the strike, but they're getting part-time writers to write their show
Hmm.
for them so that they can produce new
God.
episodes. I'm guessing the actors are gonna act still or whatever. Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking. They're just gonna hire. Do you remember, Francis, when the NFL referees went on strike and they hired nothing but high school referees to do the NFL?
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So bear with me. Just stay on the ride here for a second.
All right. Let's go. I'm ready.
The same thing's gonna happen with the General Hospital. Is that the one you said?
General Hospital.
Yeah. So they're just gonna hire fucking fans and like people that have been watching it for like the last 30 years, and we're just gonna get like, what's the shit that people write on the internet? Fanfics. We're just gonna.
Oh, fanfiction.
General Hospital is just gonna turn into a weekly fanfic written by different assholes, that have been watching it for years.
Yeah. Oh, totally. It's gonna be like. It's gonna be that and like, oh, if I were writing the show, I would do it this way, and it's just gonna be these ridiculous storylines. But the thing is, it's soap opera, so nobody cares because it's already ridiculous anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's gonna notice that it's worse.
Right.
It's soap opera.
Like all of a sudden,
Like, of
these
course.
two characters that have had nothing to do with each other ever in the history of the show, all of a sudden fell in love with each other, have amnesia, and fell in love with each other.
Yeah. Or they're just like, yeah, you know what? They should. Yeah, I liked them together. I thought they were cool. I remember that one time. We should just hook them up. Okay, we're gonna hook them up. And so they just, yeah, you're right. They're just gonna get hooked up.
Listeners
For no apparent reason whatsoever.
Listeners Mate says in the chat that all the viewers of POI and Super Geeked Up should be in or on General Hospital. Actually, I love that idea, Francis. I love that idea because it would be so awesome. I would love to be a body on General Hospital, right? And then after the actors got they say all their lines and everything, I just want to pull the drape, back across my head, sit up and be like, "I'll watch my show on Tuesday nights."
Oh, God. Oh, man. I mean, you're going to hit an audience of millions of housewives or whatever. I don't know if that's even the demographic anymore.
Is that even
the original demographic?
Is that even the politically correct way to say that, Francis? Are you being insensitive right now? Are you being hypocritical? Are you being hypocritical? I can't even say it.
Being a hypocrite?
Well, yeah, I was trying to
be hypocrite.
I was trying to say it a different way, but yeah. But that's too inside baseball.
A little. I'm a little amazed you went that way. I'm a little amazed you went there.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, whatever. I'll go get millions of stay-at-home whoever's, people who work from home who have like General Hospital in the background. Like, what is his points of interest? Wow, that guy under the sheet was really generic. I'd love to see more generic stuff. Oh.
Just like,
it's like, well, you're in luck.
Just like, well, that would entail me being a scab, which I would never do. But in this hypothetical situation, there I'd be like, have a newspaper at my desk, or at the old restaurant, and I could fluff it out and change what they actually gave me and put the POI logo on the outside.
It's just the URL in big bold letters in the back of the newspaper. And and you made a deal with like one of the cameramen to zoom in to the logo to the logo and well, even though people are talking to the side, like just
I'm a school teacher, and I'm writing something on the well, I was gonna say chalkboard, probably a whiteboard, right? But write out P, and then, or a sentence that starts with P and then O, but make all those letters really big, and then the rest of the letters small.
that'd be amazing.
Oh.
Oh,
I still think
right.
sitting up in a gurney, that I'm supposed to be a dead character and sitting up, you should watch my show. And then, fall back down to the thing, flip the sheet back over my head.
Well, what you can do is, because Netflix is hiring, right? They're hiring for like an AI guy, and you can program the AI to just like subliminally say the URL or the user, just like randomly. Every show on Netflix is now like, man, if we gotta go to this place, I consider it a point of interest podcast. They're like, what? Why'd you say podcast again? It's just a point of interest. Like, don't worry about it. I'm just being generic here, guys. But we just find our way to this points of interest. Not just one point, points. Even though I'm talking about one thing, it's a points of interest.
Hey,
podcast.
Point of interest didn't roll off the tongue as well.
Even though it probably would not have been taken, because it's singular. Because most of the time it's plural. But if you just say point of interest,
I mean, like, you'd be New Jersey if you only had a point of interest.
Ouch. I'm surprised you didn't pick like Wisconsin or Michigan or something.
I couldn't. That didn't
Just
come
like
fast
in the
enough.
middle of nowhere.
I mean,
Jersey though. Yeah,
Jersey. But Jersey's like such an easy target.
Because I actually don't know what's in Jersey.
Yeah, neither do I.
Like, I think it's just like where people live, and then people go to New York and Connecticut.
I think that is the gist of it. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Jersey is just.
I just know that it's there, and it's always been kind of like Detroit. Even in Detroit's prime, it was still kind of known as a shithole. Cars got made there, but it's a shitty place to be. Maybe way back, maybe Detroit was an awesome place. I don't know. Hard to believe.
Kiss sang about it. So yeah.
Let's not ever talk about Kiss. Kiss is disco rock.
Sure, but they have their fans.
I'm not denying that they don't have fans. I don't understand what they're fanning about. I don't understand I don't get it.
They all love Gene Simmons.
Do you remember?
They're like, man,
when we saw the Star Child at Comic-Con? Oh yeah, we could talk about that.
Did we?
We did. We were walking through the crowd, and the Star Child was up there on a it was like the Warner Brothers booth, one of them two-story booths. You remember those?
Yeah.
And the either it was the Star Child or it was a Star Child. But yeah, he was all up there on the second floor of this booth making kissy faces at people, and like I'm just like, nah, I don't get it. You got the guy making kissy faces. You got the demon kabuki guy. You got the kitty cat that nobody cares about. And then you got like a guy that looks like he got an axe split down his face.
Yes.
And that's before he put the makeup on.
Oh.
Dude, have you seen all those guys without fucking makeup on? They put out an album. Oh, I think it's called Unmasked. They are ugly as shit.
I've seen Yeah, I think I have seen them without the makeup on. I mean, look, they're like in
Gene
their
Simmons.
60s
Gene
now, so
Simmons
they
is a much older. Shit, I fucked up this joke too. Steven Seagal. Like Steven Seagal and
oh
Gene Simmons might be the same person.
no, yes and no. I'm trying to see how old Gene Simmons is because I am now curious how old this man is. Oh my god, I was wrong. He's 73.
Wow.
Wow. Good on you, Gene Simmons, for making yourself. I'm pretty sure he still like sells stuff and is moderately relevant to some degree somewhere.
I mean, there's a market for everything. I'm not denying
true.
that. I'm not denying that. You
Yeah.
know, there's fans out there for everything, but yeah, there's like, you know, that song Beth that the kitty cat wrote and sings. You've
Sure.
heard it. You've heard it. You probably didn't know it was Kiss.
I probably have.
You had
Yeah.
no idea it was
Yeah,
Kiss, I
probably
bet. And I'm like, all right, this song's cheesy and corny, but it's yeah, it's cool. All right, I can dig that.
have.
There's a couple other songs where I'm like, all right, yeah, this is disco. This is disco rock, but it's kind of catchy. I'll give it to you.
Well, that is their era.
It is, but
That's
like
that's
I
their
can't
decade.
I can't be scared of a demonic disco dancing fucking thing. It doesn't work.
Are you meant to be scared?
I mean, he's supposed to be a
Like, is
demon.
that something he's? Yeah, I suppose so.
He's wearing 9-inch platform fucking boots. Still at 75.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Anyway,
know.
did you want to talk about
Did I want to
did you
talk
want- did you
about
want to talk
Kiss for
about-
fucking 10 minutes? No.
San Diego Comic Con? Did you want to talk about San
I mean,
San Diego Comic Con? We can talk about San Diego Comic Con.
we can talk about San Diego Comic Con. We weren't there. We discussed this last week. So all of this is hearsay and secondhand knowledge, third-hand knowledge, whatever. It's just I saw some tweets about it, a couple of Facebook posts, but it looks like because there were quote unquote dink dink no celebrities there, everybody did really well as far as
Right.
art, comic book art, knickknacks, vendors. I bet you T-shirt Tower had a blast.
Small Press probably did really well.
Small Press probably did great. But we weren't there, so we can't verify anything. But from what, like I said, from what the few people I know that were there, they were posting pictures. Do you remember, Francis, the second or third floor, like viewing room that had all the glass and you can like see out onto the whole floor? One of the people.
Yeah, that's where the
Go ahead.
where the night was. It was right outside. Right outside.
Oh, yeah.
door was-
The knights in shining armor fighting each other.
Yep.
They took a picture of the glass looking down into the show floor, so I could buy that small press area, as a matter of fact. And it was midday Friday, and it was dead. It did fill in from what people were saying. It just took much longer for it to fill in
Sure.
than it has in people's most recent memory. I'm kind of bummed. We missed it. This probably could have been a fun year to actually to interact and or just see more stuff instead of trying to, you know, go flop our dicks in an interview room somewhere. You know,
Right. Yeah.
or try to convince the cute door attendant that we're supposed to be here. Ha 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 ha. Wink wink. Wait, I wasn't supposed to wink at you.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but like, I think it would have been a good year for that, and we probably could have moved around the floor a lot faster. But Yeah, it would have been cool to be there. Would have been cool.
Yeah, there's an article out on Gizmodo that kind of shares who were the winners and who were the losers of San Diego Comic Con. It does seem like there were still a lot of promotion because guess what? The producers and the directors can still promote because they're not actors. So all of like the higher ups can still promote stuff, even though most studios and stuff are gone. So like the big winner apparently was Star Trek, because Star Trek was like the big property that had a bunch of people there. And the new Futurama. New Futurama had like the ship and stuff.
I did see that. Yeah, the planet shit. What's it called?
Pizza, the Planet Pizza ship. And
no, that's not what it's called.
The Planet. The
Planet Express.
Planet Express, yes.
Planet Express ship and building were like an inflatable version of them. Were both there. And I was like, that would have been cool. Yes. That would have been cool to see.
Mm-hmm. So there was still a large number of people there. It's not like attendance went down just because there weren't, things to see. There were things to see. I think all of the outside stuff was even like probably more mob because there was less reason to be in the convention center. Less reason to be there.
A guy on Twitter that I follow or X or whatever the fuck. He posted a picture of a room that's usually reserved for the Walking Dead press conference of some sort, and posted a picture of it. And he's like, it is all set up for stuff, but there's nothing scheduled in this room all weekend. He's like, it is really weird to see. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I bet you that's... Oh, I bet you Hall H was fucking empty. Quote unquote.
I still saw
empty.
I saw lines.
Yeah, I'm sure there are lines because that's how that show is set up, is to stand in fucking line for this, stand in line for that. You want to stand in line? Cool, stand over here.
A lot of our friends that we've known in the past were there, that we've hung out with were there. It makes me sad because it's like, oh, what a great opportunity to kind of reconnect with some people that we haven't seen in years. They were there. Like, they all tweeted, like, went to San Diego or leaving San Diego. And it's like, you could have told me. And, like, I'm right there. You could have hit me up. But nobody hit me up, which I don't blame. I don't actually blame them for that. I wouldn't hit me up either. So it was, like, there's just a lot going on. So I'm really glad that it went well. I'm curious if the lesson that Comic-Con International is going to get is like, oh, yeah, we don't need Hollywood. Big, we can stick to video games. We can stick to like a couple of big name things like Star Trek or whatever. But like, we don't need all of Hollywood here anymore. And they screwed them. They don't need us, and we don't need them because we still did well. So I hope that's the lesson that they get, and they go back to being a comic book convention, because I think people appreciate that more.
Yeah. And which I think would also then give the chance for people that have been trying to go to that show for years, us included. I mean, we only got to go because we were doing a favor and someone was gracious enough to give us their passes. But I think if they said, like, what I'm just going on your little thought process of them saying fuck Hollywood, if they did that, it might give a chance for people that have been trying to actually go, because a lot of the people that want to go and meet all the stars are going to have to go to fucking Fan Expo or, Pop Cult, or not Pop Cult. What are they called? Pop Fizz or Funko. No, not Fun. Who's the other one that makes there's Fan Expo. Who else does shows? There's Fan Expo. There's
Reed Pop.
Reed Pop. That's the one I was thinking of. Same thing as what I said. It makes about as much fucking sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's like no, I was saying Wizards is the other one. So
yeah, it's been an interesting week. We'll see what else changes over the next 7 days. Maybe we'll be Does anybody have a trademark on the W or the were, as the English say?
Good question.
Maybe we can all
again,
maybe we can all W next week.
Be the P. We should trademark P and O and I.
But then we can change the name of the show to Josh and Francis Expose the P. Wait.
You already do that on Twitter. Might as well do it everywhere else.
Where can people find you exposing your penis? I mean, things that you do on the internet.
Xvideos.com.
Xvideos.com/aka the other guy. I can't wait for someone to go there and be like, I went there and there was no page. There was no page there. What the fuck, Francis?
It's like, you're disappointed. We really wanted to see something.
Yeah.
Go to supergeeknup.com for the latest in that show. It'll be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then just go to sinceresarcasm.net for all the rest of it. And aka the other guy on Twitter and Instagram.
And give him a kidney because he needs it.
Oh, yeah, sure. And don't forget, the 87th annual International Fiddlers Convention is happening in Galax, West Virginia this August. So get your tickets now so that you can participate in a legendary fiddlers fiddle off.
Fiddle off, yeah.
And, maybe you can find a fiddle of gold to win your soul. Yeah.
Something. I don't know. I was going to make a dirty joke, but we don't have enough time. You can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitters, 303ninja on the Instagram. Somebody called me, I think. My phone's not next to me. I heard it over there somewhere because I threw it after that first notification. So I'm sorry if you called into the show and we missed you. For being rude, because I'm rude and hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. I'm rude. I'm all these things. It's amazing. I have all these things, Francis, and yet I have all these friends and all these kind things and people that care. But where did I leave off? That was super inside baseball. Call us at 314-764-7631. Voicemail. We'll get back to you. Email the POI Podcast at gmail.com. That's everything, I think. The song's over. I'm done. We're out of here. See you later.